You know what that music means. Hello and welcome back to a brand new Round 2 Wrestling podcast here on the 27th of August, 2024. Summer is officially at an end, as is this month. However, Round 2 Wrestling is your number one news source every year and every week. Without any further hesitation, let's jump right into this information-stuffed Round 2 Wrestling podcast by putting our ear to the scanner and taking a listen to the what-ifs and the maybes floating around in the world. This is Round 1, the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. There is still no estimate on AEW's Kenny Omega's return to the promotion, says the Wrestling Observer, but he is now training with moderate intensity. Fightful Select notes that discussions between AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery regarding a new TV deal are still ongoing, and things are looking good. There are still obstacles, but a substantial offer, quote-unquote, has recently been made for AEW programming, with the sources saying it's at least double the previous deal. Speculation continues to swirl on social media about AEW's Ricky Starks leaving the promotion and signing with WWE. Fightful Select could not confirm any of those rumors, but did say WWE, quote-unquote, has significant interest in bringing Starks to NXT once he's available, end quote. The Hulk Hogan biopic has hit another quote-unquote glitch as director Todd Phillips told Variety he's moved on from the project. Wrestling Observer Network also claims that WWE's decision to book a holiday tour house show on the same date and in the same city as AEW's World's End pay-per-view is, quote, essentially bragging rights and nothing more, end quote. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the idea behind the MJF vs. Will Ospreay feud is to quote-unquote elevate the AEW American/International Championship to a strong number 2 men's belt. Because of Bryan Danielson's medical issues, Fightful Select says AEW is under the impression Danielson will work, quote, fewer than expected matches before retiring from full-time wrestling later this year. After his return at AEW's All In London pay-per-view, PW Insider had an update on Daniel Garcia. His AEW contract expires this October. Garcia remains in discussions with the company, but has not re-signed with the promotion as of this broadcast. As revealed by RejuveStem Regenerative Medicine's Instagram, WWE's Sami Zayn recently traveled to Cancun, Mexico with Ivar for stem cell treatments. That concludes Round 1 and the what-ifs and gossip, the rumor mill. Let's continue this brand new Round 2 wrestling by starting Round 2. This is Pro Wrestling News. Former world champion passes away suddenly.
Oh my God!
Sid Udy, also known as Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, and Psycho Sid, a pro wrestling legend whose big frame and imposing presence catapulted him to the top of the industry in the 1990s, has died, the coroner of Crittenden County, Arkansas, confirmed yesterday, Monday, August 26th. He was 63 years old. Udy won the WWF Championship twice, the WCW World Heavyweight Championship twice, and the USWA Unified World Heavyweight Championship twice, according to his bio on imdb.com. Our condolences go out to the Yudy family. Former free agent debuts with new promotion.
You what?
Former WWE wrestler Ricochet made his debut with his newest promotion, AEW, this past weekend at AEW's All In London. For weeks, it was speculated the former WWE superstar would sign with AEW, and this weekend saw that being confirmed. Ricochet's first opponent has also been announced. Don Callis of the Don Callis family in AEW announced Ricochet versus Kyle Fletcher in a singles match for this week's August 28th episode of AEW Dynamite on TBS. Tune in this Wednesday to see AEW's newest edition live in action. Former world champion re-signs quietly with the promotion.
Oh my God!
Swerve Strickland has signed a new deal with All Elite Wrestling. AEW announced that Swerve Strickland had signed a new deal with the company. During the announcement, it was noted that Strickland still had time left on his previous contract. However, AEW made re-signing him a priority. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful via Fightful Select reports that negotiations for Strickland's deal began during his reign as the AEW World Champion. Per Sapp, the new contract is a multi-year deal that will keep him with AEW until at least 2028. The contract length and terms of the contract have not been confirmed or clarified. Newest North American pro wrestling promotion officially announces its first match.
That's fucking stupid.
Scott D'Amore has officially announced the first match for the revival of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. AEW's Konosuke Takeshita is set to clash with TNA star Josh Alexander at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling's Forged in Excellence event this October. The two-night spectacle will take place at St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario, Canada on Saturday, October 19th and Sunday, October 20th. Takeshita, and Alexander have only squared off once before, battling to a 20-minute time limit draw for the indie promotion Garden State Pro Wrestling back in 2022. That is the end of Round 2 and pro wrestling news. We are going to keep this brand new Round 2 wrestling podcast moving right along by jumping right into Round 3 title matches. However, warning, this next segment may contain spoilers for your favorite promotions and pay-per-views, including results from AEW's All In 2024 pay-per-view, the JCW Up All Night event, the GCW Homecoming event, RevPro 12-year anniversary, Ring of Honor, WWE, NXT, TNA, NWA, MLW, DEFY, Progress, AAA, CMLL, New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Japan Pro Wrestling Noah, Stardom, etc., etc. AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm defeated Saraya to retain the AEW Women's World Championship. AEW Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada versus Claudio Castagnoli ended in a time limit draw. AEW Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada retains the championship. Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe defeated the Beast Mortos to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. WWE United States Champion LA Knight defeated Santos Escobar to retain the WWE United States Championship. WWE Tag Team Champions the Bloodlines Gorillas of Destiny defeated the Street Profits to retain the WWE Tag Team titles. Will Caven defeated Cameron Kai, Dante Martin, El Phantasmo, Leon Slatter, and RevPro undisputed British Cruiserweight Champion Neon to become the new RevPro undisputed British Cruiserweight Champion. Sunshine Machine defeated RevPro undisputed British Tag Team Champions Grizzled Young Veterans to become the new RevPro undisputed British Tag Team Champions. Mina Shirakawa defeated RevPro undisputed British Women's Champion Dani Luna to become the new RevPro undisputed British Women's Champion. Luke Jacobs defeated RevPro undisputed British Heavyweight Champion Michael Oku to become the new RevPro undisputed British Heavyweight Champion. Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club defeated the Patriarchy, House of Black, and the Bang Bang Gang to win the AEW World Trios Championships. Mariah May defeated AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm to become the new AEW Women's World Champion. Hook defeated FTW Champion Chris Jericho to become the new FTW Champion. AEW Tag Team Champions the Young Bucks defeated FTR and the Acclaimed to retain the AEW Tag Team titles. Christian Cage won the Casino Gauntlet match in a guaranteed World Championship match at his choosing. Will Ospreay defeated AEW American Champion MJF to become the new AEW International Champion. AEW TBS Champion Mercedes Moné defeated Dr. Britt Baker to retain the AEW TBS Championship. AEW TNT Champion Jack Perry defeated Darby Allin to retain the AEW TNT Championship. Bryan Danielson defeated AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland to become the new AEW World Champion. GCW World Champion Mance Warner defeated Blake Christian, Joey Janela, and Matt Cardona to retain the GCW World Championship. JCW Champion Masha Slamovich defeated Broski Jimmy to retain the JCW Championship. DEFY World Champion Kenta defeated Ricky Knight Jr. to retain the DEFY World Championship. Progress Women's Champion Riho defeated Session Moth Martina to retain the Progress Women's Championship. Progress Tag Team Champion Sanity defeated Smokin' Aces and Sunshine Machine to retain the Progress Tag Team titles. Progress World Champion Luke Jacobs defeated Kid Lycos to retain the Progress World Championship. That concludes round 3 and our title matches. In case you missed the results from AEW's All-In pay-per-view, any of the GCW or JCW events, or you missed RevPro, or any of your other favorite promotions and your favorite champion, and whether or not they successfully retained their title or if a new title was given, please listen to Round 2 Wrestling again and Round 3 in particular to hear for yourself those title matches and their exclusive results. We are at the end of Round 2 Wrestling, which means it's time for Round 4, Did You Know? Did you know are little bits of information and facts about the wrestling world you may or may not have known about. You gotta love the bell. Did you know former WCW wrestler Billy Kidman was trained by Wild Samoan Afa in 1994? His very last match as a wrestler was against Afa's son, Afa Jr. in 2008. Did you know when Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty first formed a tag team in the AWA, the original name chosen for the team by owner Vern Gagne was the American Express? Realizing they would be confused with a credit card company, it was Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, that came up with the name Midnight Rockers for the team's love of partying after shows. Vern rejected the name at first, thinking they would be compared to rocking chairs, but Shawn Michaels convinced Vern otherwise. And did you know Trish Stratus was offered nude offered a nude pictorial in the Playboy magazine several times while wrestling for WWE. She reportedly turned them down despite being very substantial offers. That is the end of this brand new episode.